Hi friends, and welcome back to the RA Yogi and to day 4 of your Warrior series. Now that we've explored Warrior 1, 2, and 3 in today's video, you will learn how to do Reverse Warrior, also known as Viparita Virabhadrasana, Shanti Virabhadrasana, or Peaceful Warrior. This is a great beginner's practice to build physical strength, balance, and cultivate peace in mind, in body, and in spirit. Make sure to click the red subscribe button in the corner below and to watch this full video so you can discover the best peaceful warrior option for you or for your yoga students, including chair yoga options that offer a practical alternative to the traditional yoga posture, making this asana, yoga posture, accessible for people who cannot stand for long periods of time or for those who may appreciate a more restorative yoga routine, and learn more about the specific benefits of this pose. What you'll need for today is a yoga mat, a sturdy chair without arms, and you can optionally use a yoga wedge. Join me in opening our session and the day with an invitation for peace. Find a comfortable seat on a chair or on your yoga mat with supportive props. You can send our hands, palms together in front of the heart, or one on top of the other, gently in front of the heart. Close your eyes and bring your attention to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Checking in with how we feel before the practice and after. And as I said, we're creating an invitation, inviting peace into our practice and into our day by chanting the Shanti mantra, the peace mantra. If you've never practiced before, that's perfect. We'll chant it at the beginning and at the end of this video. The Shanti mantra goes like this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. So we'll take a moment together to chant. Breathe in and breathe out for one full natural breath. And inhale to either repeat the mantra together or receive it silently. Inhale. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Peace Peace Peace. You can slowly open your eyes, and if you haven't warmed up the body, we'll just take a moment. I know I'm feeling stiff today in my joints, just to warm up the body just for a few seconds. It makes a difference. And if you want to take these warm-ups standing up, then please feel free to. I will be demonstrating the warm-up seated today. We can start with our head, sending our chin down to our chest. And then gently gazing up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. And do this one more time with your breath. And I say don't skip the warm up, but if you're already warmed up and you want to just go straight to the tutorial, that's why I left my chapters there so that you can click ahead and get the information and the parts of the practice that you need personally. So we're going to turn our head to the side and the other. Breathing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale the head to the side. And this is important for the cervical spine because we will be using the neck in this posture. So we want to gently warm it up. You can slowly tilt your head to one side. And notice how that feels. And tilt it to the other side slowly. Breathe in and out. And keeping our posture nice and activated, lengthening our spine, feeling our two sit bones. We'll do that one more time. And gently allow your head to rest towards your shoulders. Drop the shoulders low and slowly come back to center. And the other side, we'll do the same thing here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Drop the shoulders low and down the back. Inhale back to center. And we'll slowly move the arms, inhaling the arms overhead, straight ahead, and just go as far as it's comfortable for you. And then exhale down. Inhale the arms to the sides. If this doesn't feel good, you can continue to open your arms to the front. Anyone experiencing some shoulder arthritis might have some restrictions in the movement. Just go with what you're able to do, what feels good in the shoulder. There's no need to create any additional pain in the body. The point is, after this yoga class, that you feel better than when you started. Now we're going to warm up the fingers by scrunching the fingers towards the inside of the palm and spread the fingers wide. Take a gentle circle with the wrist. Very mindful of the extremities, making sure we don't forget them. I know when I feel pain in certain areas of my body, sometimes I don't want to think about it, but it's even more important to bring mindfulness to those areas so we can treat them with more care. And we're going to take a gentle cat and cow. Cat and cow, we inhale, lift the heart, arch the back, slowly, gently gaze to where the wall and the ceiling meet. And exhale to round from the lower back, middle back, upper back, shoulders. The head is gazing towards the navel. Exhale. And now we'll move with our inhales and exhales. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice flexion and extension of the spine. We're mobilizing the spine, warming it up for our practice. And coming back to center, feeling good in our Tadasana, mountain pose, palms facing forward. We'll take a gentle side bend if that feels good. If you do have herniated discs, sciatica, or spinal arthritis, be very mindful of any contraindications or movements that you might have with your physical therapist or your doctors. If you're not supposed to take side bends, then just stay in Tadasana during those moments. Go very gentle, listen to your body, and we'll continue with the practice. So we're taking a gentle side bend. If you do have sciatica, you can simply reach one arm up instead of taking an actual bend to the side, because when you're bending, your discs are pushing to the opposite side. So we want to be careful that we're really breathing in and out, and we're being mindful of our bodies and how we feel, the bodies that we came with today. We're lengthening through the spine. Maybe we just stay here. And if you're taking a little gentle side bend, you don't have to go far. We're connecting our left glute with our seat. And then inhale to come back to center, back to mountain. We'll take a gentle twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, we'll twist. We're not pulling. We're just coming into a gentle twist, allowing the hands to rest where they want to. As we twist to the right, allowing our head to stay in line with our spine or just slowly gaze over our shoulder if that feels good. Inhale and exhale completely. Inhale to slowly twist back to center. Breathe in. Create space in between the discs as we lengthen the spine, and as we exhale, we're gently going to twist to the left, allowing our hands and our arms or shoulders to relax. Head in line with the spine, or slowly turn it behind the left shoulder. Take a few mindful breaths in and out. When you're ready, inhale to come back to center, just warming up the body. We'll start to take the right leg and slowly lift it into the chest. You can grab with your interlaced fingers, or if that doesn't feel good for the hands, you can simply just lift it up as high as you can without any pain, and then release it back down. Let's do the other side. Maybe you're not doing it with any hands, that's perfect. Maybe you're squeezing it even further into the chest. We'll do that one more time on each side from Tadasana. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. We're going to take some gentle circles, if that feels good, from one side to the other, opening up the hip a little bit, keeping a nice tall spine. Our opposite foot is steady on the ground or our yoga mat. Take your time, listen to what feels good. You can take small circles, you can take bigger circles. And when you're ready, place the foot back down, breathe, mountain. Exhale completely. Inhale and exhale to send the knee back into the chest and take circles on the opposite side. We're breathing deeply in this practice. We have to keep up with our breath. And we're going to the other side. Now that we're warmed up, we'll begin with our peaceful warrior tutorial, standing without props. Peaceful warrior without props. Stand at the top of your mat in Tadasana, and we'll be learning this posture from Warrior 2. So if you remember day 1 and 2, you learned Warrior 1, Warrior 2, and we'll be stepping our left foot back wide, creating a perpendicular angle with our foot. If this is uncomfortable for the foot to be placed down on the yoga mat, you can use a yoga wedge underneath and place it underneath your yoga mat so it doesn't move around, to have extra support so you can place the side of your foot up against the yoga wedge. Today I will be not using the yoga wedge, but you can always use it as an option. You can check out my basic series on how to use yoga wedges in different variations, but today is really about the Peaceful Warrior tutorial, so I want to focus on that. We're bending into our front knee and keeping it aligned with our middle toe, tracking the alignment of our knee. Our hips are underneath the shoulders, and from here we send our arms up parallel to the earth for Warrior 2, breathing in and out. This is a nice hip opener, and we have the option to keep our head in line with our spine or to gaze over our middle finger if that's available to us, continuing to engage the muscles of the legs so we don't lose the integrity of our alignment. Pulling the belly in and up, gazing over our front middle finger for focus, softening the shoulders. We'll take Peaceful Warrior. From warrior two, flip the front palm facing the sky. Inhale to lengthen the spine and reach forward with your upper body as far as you can without losing the integrity of the lower body. And when you're ready, slowly reach up the right arm, focusing on reaching, and place the left arm down your thigh. We're not going to create a back bend. We want to keep the integrity of our spine nice and long. Keep bending into that front knee. And peaceful warrior. And as you can see, we're getting a nice side stretch. I want you to breathe through the ribs, stretching the intercostal muscles. Notice if you're dipping in the low back, try to lengthen through the spine. And then we'll release into a counter pose. By placing our forearm to our inner thigh, you can keep your hand to your hip, open the heart to the side wall, facing me. And you have the option to reach the arm overhead in side angle. This is just a little bonus, which feels good after taking peaceful warrior. You can bring your hand back behind you to your hips, gaze down for your balance, and slowly come back up into your warrior two. Send your hands to your heart and feel your inner warrior. Hands back to your hips. You should feel this in your legs. We're going to send and pivot the feet forward, bend the knees, and step back into Tadasana mountain pose. In Tadasana, you should feel the strength of your legs. You should feel the deepening of your breath. And we'll be taking it on the opposite side. So breathing in, we'll be sliding back our right foot and opening it to the side wall. I'm going to take it on the other side so you can see me. So your palms are facing forward, right leg back behind us into warrior two, setting up our position. Your toes are perpendicular to your front toes, and your ankle and knee are in alignment as you bend the knee. Again, see if you're comfortable grounding into the edges of the feet. If not, slide a foam wedge underneath your yoga mat. Give yourself all the support that you need to be comfortable in your practice. And we're going to send our arms up to parallel if that's available to us, either keeping the head in line with the spine or gazing over our middle finger in warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, preparing for peaceful warrior. Take a deep breath in and out. Flip your front palm towards the sky like we did on the other side, and reach as far forward as you can, creating length throughout the spine. Inhale to reach your left arm up as high as you can, relaxing your back arm to your thigh. And we're really focusing on lengthening through the spine and the torso. You have the option to keep your head in line with the spine or to gaze up towards the fingertips. If you notice you're dipping in the low back, lengthen through the torso and keep bending into that front knee. Take a few mindful breaths in peaceful warrior. Notice what feels good for your neck, for your back. And when you're ready, we're going to take the counter pose. So very mindfully, inhale and exhale to send the arm down to warrior two, and then to side angle, placing your forearm inside the inner thigh, keeping the knee bent. And you have the option to relax your arm to your hip, to open up the side body towards the wall. Inhale to lift the arm all the way over the head. So it's a nice straight line, reaching through the side body. Breathe in, soften the shoulders, Pull the belly into spine. Breathe out. Inhale. And as you exhale, gaze down towards your foot. Send your arm back to your hip. Come back up using all of the muscles of your legs, your arms. 2, warrior 2. Hands to heart. Feel the heart of your inner warrior. And we're going to pivot our back foot forward. So our hips are leveled and facing forward. Bend the knees to step back to the top of your mat. Find Tadasana Mountain Pose. There are so many amazing benefits to this pose, so make sure to stick with me until the very end so we can go through these benefits together. The next variation will be standing with a chair. Sending the chair to the top of our yoga mats. As long as 2 of the back feet are secured on your yoga mat, then you'll have that stability with the chair. Make sure that there's no wheels on your chair when you're practicing, because we don't want to fly all over the place. Coming into Tadasana, you always have the option to keep one hand on your chair at all times for support. If you experience dizziness or if you experience challenge with your balance, it's perfectly fine to have this amazing support here. I love using the chair. Inhale and exhale in Tadasana. Ground through the edges of the feet. Feel the energy up the legs and all the way to the crown of the head. From warrior 2, we're going to be taking our peaceful warrior. So warrior 2, step your left foot back, perpendicular, so a 45-degree angle. We're bending into the front knee, tracking the alignment of the middle toe, and we have the option to keep our right hand on the top of our chair as we reach our opposite arm back behind us, gazing over your chair in warrior 2. And from warrior 2, we have the option to lengthen the torso instead of letting go. We don't have to reach forward. We can lengthen through the torso and gently allow our back arm to come down to our leg, lifting the heart, keeping the integrity of the torso and gazing gently up, keeping our hand balanced. Feeling our inner warriors, keep bending into that front leg, ground through the heel. You can see the essence of the pose. When you're ready to come out of the pose, you can gently come back into warrior 2. And then you can come back into our counter pose here, side angle, by sending your hand down to a steady chair, if that feels good to you. And sending your arm overhead or keeping it at your hip. Breathe in, breathe out. Gaze down towards the floor, your yoga mat. Send your hand to the top of the chair and press back up into warrior 2, keeping your hand on the chair. One hand to the warrior heart. If your legs are tired, you can kind of relax a little bit. Breathe in, breathe out. Bend the leg a little bit, pivot the back toes towards your chair, and we're going to step forward, stepping out back into Tadasana, pedaling the feet, if that feels good, and coming back into mountain pose. Take as much time as you need in between sides. For peaceful warrior, you always have the option to sit and take a pause on your chair, or to stand and take a pause in Tadasana, standing. Catch your breath. When you're ready, you can send your opposite foot back behind you at 45 degrees. Take a big step back. You want to have space. And I'm going to show you from this angle too, because it might be helpful. So we're bending into that front knee, keeping the alignment with the middle toe and keeping our left hand to our chair. Next, once we have our foot perpendicular at 45 degrees, we're going to reach our arm up to shoulder height in Warrior Two. We have our chair for balance. Breathe in, breathe out. And instead of letting go of the chair, we're going to slowly allow ourselves to lengthen as much as we can and reach through the torso, and then slowly send your arm behind you, bend into that front knee and gaze up towards the sky in Peaceful Warrior. Notice you're not dumping into the lower back, you're lifting your heart. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready to come out of the pose, gaze down, come back into Warrior Two, and we'll take the counter stretch. So the counter stretch, you're still bending into that front leg, coming into side angle. You have the option to keep your hand always on your chair, bring it down to the seat. If it's steady, then send your hand to your hip. This is a nice big hip opener. Inhale to reach the arm overhead and keep the head in line with the spine, facing towards the back wall. Inhale and exhale. Soften the shoulders. And when you're ready to come out of the pose, send your hand to your hip, gaze down, and you're going to press back up into Warrior Two. Relax the legs a little bit. Send your hand to your heart, your warrior heart, your peaceful warrior heart. And when you're ready, you can pivot your back toes forward and step to the front of your mat in Tadasana Mountain, taking a pause for a few mindful breaths. And now you'll learn two seated variations. Peaceful Warrior seated in a chair from Warrior Two. On the edge of your seat with a nice long spine, find Warrior Two seated. We'll begin on the right side using the back of our chair and the seat to find the position of our front foot, bending our foot at 90 degrees. Our ankle is right underneath. And then we're going to open up our hip, if that's available to us. You can wait for the next variation if you have hip arthritis and this is uncomfortable for your hip. Making sure that you have stability from your yoga mat. You might need to adjust your chair. So I have my yoga mat underneath both of my feet. It's very important. And now I'm in my Warrior Two position with my feet. I'm engaging through the feet. You might need a yoga wedge slid underneath the yoga mat. Listen to your body. You might need a block underneath your foot if your foot cannot reach down to the floor. And we're going to come into Warrior Two with our arms. Again, the option to keep the head in line with the spine or to gaze forward. Breathe in your Warrior Two. From Warrior Two, activate both of the muscles of the legs. Flip your palm forward towards the sky. Reach forward as far as you can, lengthen the spine, and inhale to slowly reach the arm up and allow your back arm to relax behind you, focusing on reaching through the torso into Peaceful Warrior. Your head can remain in line with the spine, or can gaze gently up towards your fingers. Soften your shoulders, soften the heart towards your fingertips. So we're getting a nice side stretch through the body. Breathe in between the ribs. And when you're ready, we're going to take our counter pose, sending right forearm to the inside of our right thigh. and slowly lengthening our left arm overhead. Shoulders are relaxed, side angle pose. This is just another bonus that I wanted to offer you today as an extra little pose that you can learn in accessible ways. I love side angle pose. It is a great full side body stretch. And we're going to relax our hand back down to our hip. I like to gaze down if you feel dizzy or if you want to refocus your balance. And inhale to press back up. Bend your knees. You can heel toe the feet back together to find Tadasana and just ground your two sit bones, your 2 feet. Notice how you feel now that we've worked on the right side. Continue to invite peace into your practice. And we'll take you to the other side. So we'll find Warrior 2, using our chair for balance and support, placing one hand to the back of the chair and one to the seat. And we'll begin by finding our foundation with the front foot. As you can see, my knees in line with my heel. And now I'm going to extend my leg open and open my hips at the same time, making sure that I have yoga mat to ground down into, not the floor. We are really mimicking the posture we would be taking standing here. As you can see, my toes are perpendicular to my front toes. We're activating the muscles of the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up parallel. Option to keep the head in line with the spine right here. Or to send it over to the left, gazing over the middle finger. And take a few mindful breaths in Warrior 2. Keep activating those legs. Flip your front palm to gaze towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen and reach forward as far as you can. And then we're going to lift the arm up, relaxing the back arm down the leg. Keep reaching that left arm up. You have the option to keep your head in line with the spine, or you have the option to gaze up towards the fingers. Listen to your body. Notice if you're dipping in the low back, try to find integrity in the torso, and slowly soften the heart towards the fingertips in Peaceful Warrior. Notice if there's anywhere you can let go of tension. Keep activating through the feet, the legs. Take one more deep breath in through the side body and feel the breath move in between the ribs, the intercostal muscles. And when you're ready, we'll come back into Warrior 2, arms parallel to the earth, and then into our counter pose, sending our left forearm into the left thigh, inner thigh. You have the option to keep your hand to your right hip, taking a nice side angle stretch, or to reach the arm all the way over the head, feeling the length of the side body, side ankle pose. This is just one of the counter poses that you can take after Reverse Warrior or Peaceful Warrior. Continuing to breathe into the side body, softening the shoulders down the back. When you're ready, you can release the arm back down your hip, gaze down towards your toes, and inhale back into Warrior 2. Release the hands to the heart, feeling your inner peaceful warriors. And then you can bend both of your knees and heel toe the feet back together, back to Tadasana Mountain Pose. Your palms can face forward on your lap or by your sides with your arms extended. Noticing how you feel after taking each variation. noticing which one feels best in your body. This next variation is for anyone that might have some contraindication to the last posture that we took for the hips. So if anyone has a knee injury or severe hip arthritis, maybe it's not comfortable to come into those positions on the chair, but you can absolutely participate in this pose. We'll just send the feet pointing a little bit outward, knees pointing out. Notice what that feels like in the body. The hips are going to stay neutral, facing forward. From here, we're going to reach our arms up parallel to the earth for warrior 2 arms. And we're going to keep the head in line with the spine or gaze over the right fingertips. You have the option to flip your palm towards the sky. Inhale, lengthen the spine and reach as far as you can to the right. And as you exhale, lift the arm up. And breathe. You can keep your head in line with the spine or gaze up gently towards your fingertips. Breathing in and out. Notice the lower back. We don't want to compromise the lower back. Keep reaching through the spine and slowly soften the heart towards the fingertips. Taking peaceful warrior. Another variation seated. Inhale and exhale back to warrior 2 arms. And then we'll exhale to send our right forearm to the inner thigh. You can keep your left hand on your hip, or you can reach your left arm overhead, side angle. You're getting a nice stretch in the groin and the side body. Inhale, soften the shoulders away from your ears. And exhale completely. Gaze. We'll slowly release the arm back down to the hips and inhale to come back to warrior 2 arms. And then slowly send our hands to our warrior hearts. And we can take a little break with the legs if you want to heel toe the feet back in. And then we'll take it to the other side when you're ready. Really take your time with these poses. I really like to be very descriptive, and sometimes these poses can run a little bit longer as videos, but I give you really specific step-by-step details than to leave you hanging. So, as I said before, the toes are pointing in line with the knees outward. We have a bit of space in between the legs to create more stability. The hips are not moving, they're facing forward. We'll take warrior arms, inhale the arms parallel to the earth. Option to keep the head in line with the spine or to slowly gaze over the left fingertips, warrior 2. Breathe in warrior 2. When you're ready, you can flip your left palm up to the sky. Inhale and stretch forward as far as you can. Lengthen the spine and inhale to reach the arm up. Drop the back arm behind you, keeping your head in line with the spine or gazing up towards the fingertips. Make sure you're not dropping into the low back. And soften your heart towards the fingertips in peaceful warrior. Breathe in between the rib cage. Send the breath, the deep breaths in between the rib cage. And when you're ready, come back down to warrior 2 arms. Gaze forward. And we'll send our left forearm to the inner left thigh. Our hand can come to the hip, or we can send our right arm right overhead, feeling that long line in side angle, making sure the knees are still pointing to the middle toes. Relax your shoulders. Inhale and exhale. Getting this nice little bonus pose. Take your time to release your top arm back down to your hip. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen the spine back to warrior two arms, and your hands back down to your peaceful warrior hearts. You can heel toe your feet back to center, back into Tadasana. Notice how you feel here. Observe the breath. Observe any sensations that you might be feeling in the body, any feelings you might be feeling. Maybe you feel a sense of calm, a sense of inner peace. You might be feeling the benefits of our practice today, which are increased circulation, improved flexibility, flexibility in the spine, in the hip flexors, and the groin, the side body, the intercostal muscles, the lower body strength that we've cultivated. We've stretched and encouraged deeper breathing. Some of the energetic benefits that you might be experiencing include improved boosted self-esteem, perseverance, energy. You might feel an openness in the heart chakra, in the throat chakra, and a calm feeling of the mind. Before closing our practice, I welcome you to take a few minutes in relaxation, Shavasana. This way you can really absorb all the benefits I just mentioned on your yoga mat with props or seated back in your chair, fully supported. You can close your eyes, finding silence for a moment, stillness. We'll seal our practice with the chant of the Shanti mantra, which we started with this morning, invoking peace. Om is the universal mantra of oneness, and Shanti means peace. In the yogic tradition, we chant Shanti 3 times to represent peace in body, peace in speech, and peace in mind. When Shanti is chanted the first time, it purifies the body and relieves it from suffering and discomfort. When we chant Shanti a second time, it purifies our words and the way we speak to ourselves and others. When chanted a third time, it purifies our thoughts. Chanting this mantra on its own has very powerful benefits, so you're welcome to come back to this mantra anytime you wish for inner and outer peace. Breathe in and out. Deep, full breath in through the nose. And exhale completely. And inhale for our Chanti mantra. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Send your hands together in front of the heart. In front of the lips. And in front of the third eye. peace in body, peace in words, peace of mind. Thank you so much for joining me today for this very special warrior series. If you like this video, hit the like button. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel and leave me a comment to let me know how this video went for you. I can't wait to see you again for day 5. And remember that you are all warriors on and off of the yoga mat. Have a peaceful day. Namaste.